Lesson 112, Angles, Triangles, and Quadrilaterals. The focus for this lesson is for you to be able to make a geometric shape or design, for you to build and identify right, obtuse, and acute angles, and to you to be able to construct right triangles and quadrilaterals. Practice drawing and naming the different angles. But let's start off with mental math and and fluency. So we're going to round to the nearest 100. First thing we should do, always, is underline the value that we're rounding to. So we underline the hundreds place. The number to the right of it tells me what to do with the number I underlined. The 6, if you look on your roller coaster, is 5 and higher. So that's telling you that you should round to the next number up from 1 is 2. So your answer should be 2200. The next one, the 4 is telling you what to do to the 5. The 4 is 4 and down if you look on your roller coaster, so you leave it alone. So your answer for that one should be 1500. And the next one, the 5 is telling you that you should round the 8 up to 9. So your answer is 2900. Next, we're going to take 4 of each size straw and 4 twisties, and we're going to make a design or a geometric shape, but do not bend the straws. So what you're going to do is go get the straws from their holders, 4 of each size, and you're going to take the twist ties and you're going to insert them into the straws and connect them together. And we're going to be looking at how to form an angle and how to form different geometric shapes. So if you look, what it should look like is you should have one straw, possibly, that is straight down, and another straw that is straight across, and then inside each of these should be your straw connecting them together. And the first thing you should notice is that the 2 straws are making an angle, and we measure that angle inside. But this is where you notice where your angle is at. The part where the 2 connect, right there in the corner, that is called its vertex. It's right in the part where it makes the V shape in the corner. If you have a perfect right angle, you should be able to take a piece of paper or a Post-it note, and your line should be straight up and down, and it should look like a capital L. That's how you can tell if it is a right angle. You should be able to lay that Post-it note, that corner of your sheet of paper, the corner of your book, anything should be able to be laid inside those lines, and it should make a perfect capital L. Remember, your angles do not have to look exactly like a capital L that's printed as a capital L. You could rotate it, and maybe now your capital L looks like this. Or if I turn it again, now your capital L is going this way. Or it could be completely backwards. As long as it's straight up and down, which some of mine are not perfect, this right angle symbol would be in the corner, and that still makes it a right angle. If you look, it's a capital L no matter which way you look at it. Lines and line segments that intersect and form right angles are called perpendicular lines or line segments. So as you notice here, these are all perpendicular because they make that perfect right angle. So even if it was a capital T, the lines would be perpendicular because there's a perfect right angle symbol. Remember that square in the corner that I drew on the other page? That is the right angle symbol. That shows you that it is a square corner. So if we look at this and we label this R, and we label this next point on my line M, and the next point on my line H, and notice I said line, so if I'm saying line, I need to have the arrows on the end. We could call this angle H, R, M, or we could call it angle M, R, H. Both are acceptable because since R is at the vertex, R needs to be in the middle of both of our angles. A triangle is what you would make if you take 3 straws of different lengths from your geometry kit and lay their construction flat on your desk. So if you took any 3 straws and connected them together, you would make a triangle. Work with your other straws and see how many different right angles they can include in a triangle. You might need to experiment with different size straws. So no matter how many we do, if we have 3 straws of varying lengths, you will always only have 1 right angle. This is called a right triangle. Remember, you're going to want to use a straight edge or something straight because you can see by looking at this that my lines aren't completely straight. Alright, so now it's telling you in your math journal, page 29, to do the following questions. Make sure that when you finish this page that you come up and you show it to me. And if you still don't know for sure how to draw angle BAC, or you don't know what another name for angle BAC is, that you stop the tape now, come back and ask me, and I'll do some other examples with you, and then I'll send you back to do this page. So go ahead and stop it, try to do the page, and if you don't understand, come back and I'll give you some practice ones, because this is an assessment piece. Well, if you have it back on, I'm assuming that you understood it or that you came back to me and asked me for help. You must draw the lines exactly as it says it. So it says draw angle BAC. So you should have started with B, used a straight edge. Use the straight edge and connect it to the A, and then you should have connected A to C. So this is angle BAC. What's another name for angle BAC? Well, we need our angle symbol, and we can always do it backwards. CAB. You need to remember that on the ends you need to draw your arrows, so don't forget to do that part. What is the vertex of angle BAC? The vertex is where it makes the V come together, which is right here. So that point is point A. What type of angle is angle BAC in problem 1? Well, remember, if it's a right angle, we said it looks like a capital L. And it's going to have that right angle symbol in it. But we can tell this is not as big as a capital L. So this is what they call acute. Oh, look at it. It's so cute. That's what we say when we see anything small, like a small kitten, small rabbit, small child. So if you think of it as smaller than a 90-degree angle, as it's so cute, you'll remember that it's acute. And how do we know that it's acute? Because it's smaller than a right angle. So that should be your answer. We know that it's considered acute if it's smaller than a right angle. And what is a right angle? It's degrees. Hopefully you know by now that that's 90. So smaller than a 90-degree angle. And sorry about my writing. I definitely need to improve it here. Okay, as you go on and you finish the rest of the page, you're going to notice down here that it says, Feng said the name of this angle is SRT. Is he right? Well, remember what I told you. S to R to T. Did he start at S, go to R, and go to T? You're correct, he did not. So my answer is no. How am I going to explain that? Well, you should notice that the vertex is S, and S is not in the middle of the angle. So you need to write the vertex. Make sure if I'm writing it, you're writing it. Remember, my writing is not that great because I'm doing it with my cursor here. Vertex is S. So S must be in the middle letter in its name. So S must be the middle letter in its name. Now you can put in its name. I'm just putting middle letter because I'm running out of room. So it says use the points shown on the grid below and a straight edge. They must be straight. And draw triangle CDE. So let's go ahead and add CDE. There's our triangle. What type of angle is angle CDE? Well, remember, here's our right angle symbol, and that looks like a capital L if you would have used your straight edge and drawn it straight. So what kind of angle is it? It's a right angle. And please write the word angle after it also so you get used to its spelling of A-N-G-L-E. What type of triangle is triangle C to D to E? Well, it's a right triangle. Notice it has a right angle, so it is a right triangle. And name the perpendicular line segments. Well, C to D and CE. Remember, perpendicular, CE, is one line of the right angle, and CD is the other. That's where the right angle symbol is, so that's our answer. And these are just your answers to your problem. When you finish this, go to your file folder, do the Home Link 112, page 43, turn it in, and you are done with lesson 112.